Cheapest internal filter I could find for a 100 litre tank. Let's have a look. Okay, so there's no branding on these as such, but made in China, German engineering, made in China. So this is the standard edition. This is not the UV. It's good for fresh and seawater. And this is a 6-watt pump, so 650 litres an hour. So 100 litre tank easy. And it should have multi. According to this, it's got multi-stage filtration with a little spray bar on it. Oxygen spraying. Isn't that just blowing out? Okay, let's get this box open. Okay, so this is one of the cheapest filters that I could find on Amazon, because if something is cheap, does it mean it is good quality cheap? Does it mean it's rubbish and cheap? Does it mean, you know, budget or bonus? That's the way I look at it. Oh, nice bit of length of airline, nice and supple. And then what else we have? We've got loads of brackets and bits and pieces. Chinese always do this. It's not a bad thing. It's just a thing, isn't it? So let's get the main unit out. It's quite a large box as well. I mean, that box is huge. It's 2 hands easy. The unit must be at least that. Okay, that's at least 30 centimeters. That's a huge unit. Okay, I see how they're playing that, which isn't a bad thing. Okay, and then, right, so first and foremost, what do I think? It's a really hard ABS plastic, substantial plug on it. We have an, okay, so it's even got a little mark here. I don't know if you can see that says max on it. So you can adjust the water flow, which is very important. Oh, and this, oh, lovely. Okay, lovely. So let's put that back in. The whole unit moves, so you've got about just under 180, I would say. It's not too bad. Now on the last one we've done similar to this, it only had 2 suckers here. Now it's got all of them. So let's have a look in the bag. Now remember, this was really cheap. I'm going to put links to everything I do anyway. Not bad. How easy to put. Make it work. There you go, in. So these are really easy to fit. 650 litres an hour. It's kind of an amazing thing, really. I mean, it's only 6 watt, so it's quite a lot of movement. Now, normally I would test it, but to be honest, at this price point, I'm not going to test the actual flow rates. That's a solid filter there as well, a solid motor there as well. Not sure how that's going to work, but there you go, it's locked. It's nice little neat unit. Got loads of bits here, look. So that's normal nozzle, then you've got aerating nozzle. You can put this in there, which we're going to try all this anyway when we get it wet. So I like it. So far, so good. I'm not sure how this filtrates, but in through the bottom. Always want it in through the bottom, really. Okay. Minimum water level, so it has to be submerged, okay? Normal right with the pumps there anyway. Okay, I think it's time to get it wet. Okay, so that's what it looks like in the Roma 240. Plenty of room at the bottom. Not too bad, not too shabby at all. I like the idea that they've got that one there, so it keeps that sucker there. It's very important. Every filter should have it especially when it's that big. I mean, it's 10 inches, well, nearly 11 inches with the top, but you need at least 12 inches room because obviously you need it below the waterline. Okay, so let's see how she performs in the tank. Okay, so we now know what it looks like. Now, first of all, you want to do with this, yeah, is put it in the water, turn it around a few times, because it's got sponge in it and some kind of media that was full of air. I mean, a lot of air. I raised the temperature of the water slightly and made it 30 degrees, basically to represent what's going on in here. So, without further ado, 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow. Well, that is whisper quiet. Now, do I think that that is 650 litres an hour? Yes, I do. I think that's probably around that. Moving a lot of water anyway. Now, I've just put it out slightly to get an idea. I did try and turn this, and every time I turned it though, it came out. So be mindful of that. It's got about 100 degrees of movement like that, which is a good thing. Quite a bit of vibration coming from that, but there's hardly any noise. Let me put it down so you can. The only noise I can hear is my dogs munching on treats. But anyway, okay, let's get some of the other bits and put them on and see what they look like. Okay, so this is with the spray bar, rainfall, or whatever you want to call it. So 3, 2, 1. Do you know, I'm not sold on 650 litres. I reckon that's more like 500 litres. I don't know. For me personally, okay, for the price of this, I'd buy one. I'd have it sitting on my shelf and just run it up, maybe seed it in a tank for a couple of months, and then if you need to move a tank around or do some work with it, you've got a perfectly good, you know, I wouldn't use it as a long term. But saying that, I have no reason not to believe this isn't going to last for years, to be fair. I mean, German engineering made in China, I don't know about that. Okay, let's do the pros and cons. Okay, just to show you something, so I've taken that whole unit out, see? There's a sponge there. I don't know if you can see that. There's a sponge at the bottom. Probably get a good focus on it. And that's how that unit comes. So you could fill this both full of media. There you go. There's your carbon bag. And there's your normal bag. So I would take all that out. That's not a bad little unit, that. I like that idea. I'm not going to run carbon in it anyway, but the only thing I did find is because of the intrusion on that, let me put that in there, it was kind of difficult to get it to line back up. And the same with this one, so be mindful of that. It's not a lot of media either. It's not much at all, so just be mindful of it. Let's put that in there. There you go. It's a nice little sealed unit, and then that goes back in there like so. And then that goes on there. There you go, locked together. Fantastic. Okay, so what do we think of this? I like it, okay? For this price, I do like the idea of sectioned thing. Now, if this is sucking up through here, it's going through all of this. There's no way that it isn't. So, it's going in through the bottom. Now, I believe these units are the same for the UV and the non-UV, and that's why you have this little cutout, okay? So be mindful of that, because if you've got this, it's going to suck and bypass, all right? But that one is okay. Let's just lock it in there. And then this section, this has media in it. There you go. And you could also put media around that, so it's a tiny bit of media, admittedly. I believe there's more sponge there. But hey ho, you know, you get what you pay for. That's not bad at all, considering. So bear that in mind. And I would say, when you get one of these, take it all apart first, okay? Because this wasn't where it's supposed to be. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at, hang on. Can I get the, there you go. There you go. So I couldn't get to the motor. So it might be a sealed unit in there. So bear that in mind as well. But yeah, so are they worth it? Well, of course they are. You know, you can pay a lot of money for filters, especially internal filters nowadays. And so you need something that's going to be reasonably priced. I can't get it back together, of course I can't. And also something that's going to be functional. I mean, look, there's no such thing as something for nothing. No, I can't get this back together. You never get something for nothing. So, pros and cons. Let's take this apart for a minute. Let's put this down here. So, the first thing is it's really cheap, okay? It's low wattage for what it is. It's a little bit big. The suckers are a little bit icky. That's what I wanted to show you. There's some details of it. But the construction is great, and you can fill it full of media. So if you wanted to, because that is a sealed unit, I would take all of this out, a little bit there and that, and you could literally put, I would probably keep that actually, because that'll stop it going into the motor. But anyway, you could probably fill this full of media. So yeah, it'll do a really good job. Nice big bit of sponge. I can't see any reason why this wouldn't do a good job, you know. It's quality made, low wattage. Okay, so what do you think, guys? Let me know in the comments. Would you buy one? Okay, take care. Have a great day.